let me welcome up now the co-chairs to the conference. It's their vision that's brought us all here at Planet Under Pressure 2012. Lidia Brito is Director of Science Policy and Capacity Building at UNESCO, and Mark Stafford Smith is Director of the Climate Adaptation Flagship of Australia's CSIRO. Lidia and Mark.
Thank you, Nisha. Honoured guests, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of you, as we'd say in Australia, and indeed all the many people who are watching online at this moment. As Lord Rees has just said, we live at a pivotal moment in history. We face unprecedented rates of change, and as we gather here today, the scientific community, policymakers, business, civil society organisations, we must seek to initiate a new path in our responses to the complex global challenges that we face. We believe, Lidia and I, that looking back from the future, this conference, the Planet Under Pressure conference, has the potential to be seen as one of those great landmark moments of its time when science and society really came together as never before to discuss global solutions and to develop new actions towards global sustainability. We believe that we, the scientific community, have a responsibility to deliver to society the knowledge that's needed to help to assess the risks that humanity is facing from global change. In fact, as my 13-year-old son James commented last night after listening to Bob Watson, what we need is more global change. We actually need global change in how we look after this planet, and we need global change in how we do our science to support that planetary stewardship. We must focus on solutions. That's the focus of this conference. How society can effectively mitigate the dangerous changes that we face and adapt to those that we cannot manage. So our two high-level goals for this conference are first to chart a course for our global change science over the next decade, and second, to provide some immediate, strong scientific leadership towards Rio +20. Lidia.
With such ambitious goals, Planet Under Pressure brings together nearly 3,000 people from 105 countries, from different communities. Throughout our live webcasting and through the 150 aligned events taking place around the world, we are connected to society across the globe. The challenges that the world faces are severe, but this conference is about action. The flow of the conference aims to capture these. Today, we will have a comprehensive update of our knowledge of the Earth system and the pressure our planet is now under. Tomorrow, we'll emphasize the knowledge about solutions that we already have and many opportunities for action that result. But on Wednesday, we will recognize that the world simply is not acting fast enough and ask why. Then we want our last day to culminate, to show the way ahead by discussing and co-designing solutions at all scales that can help to move societies onto a sustainable path. We believe that this unique opportunity will focus the scientific communities and the wider world attention on climate, ecological degradation, human well-being, planetary thresholds, food security, energy, governance across scales, and poverty alleviation, and give us new directions for our science. As regards the 2012 UN Rio +20 conference, at the urging of Lynn Ostrom, the organizing committee commissioned a set of policy briefings last year and a supporting volume of scientific papers, which will be launched at lunchtime today. This provides some key themes for this conference, and that is why we are certain that the results of Planet Under Pressure will provide scientific leadership towards Rio +20.
Thanks, Lidia. And to bring these results together, at the end of the conference, Lidia and I, as co-chairs, will issue the first ever declaration of the state of the planet. This declaration will be on behalf of the International Scientific Organizing Committee. Since looking around the hall, I'm not sure we could guarantee to get every single word agreed by every single one of you. Nonetheless, we would really welcome your suggestions to help us bring together the key messages from the whole conference into that declaration. So you will have been emailed around now the main issues that we believe should be represented in this declaration, and we'd welcome brief comments back up until about Wednesday, when we'll be finalizing that, and there's an explanation of how to do that in the email. This conference really aims to act as a platform to strengthen and enlarge the global change research community and make a move towards a new vision in the way that we do our research. In fact, more than this, the vision is for a conference that connects leading biophysical and social scientists with people working on the humanities, with each other, and also with business, with investors, with the development agenda, and to create a new understanding and environment for tackling the global sustainability challenges that we face. We aim to leave an enduring legacy of new partnerships. We also wish for a conference that truly recognizes the role of youth, about whose world we shall hear shortly and in which they have to live. So working across scales will be another strong theme in the conference. Our research shows that we need to have governance and technological solutions at all scales, as Lord Rees also mentioned, from the local and national to regional and global. And I think we aim to stress that while there are many threats, there are also many options open to us. The conference contains, a truly wonderful diversity of events, which we hope will lead to strong interactions with policy, industry, civil society. There are the plenaries like this, which are dominated after these initial talks by interactive panels. There are parallel sessions that include some more conventional scientific sort of processes, but also interactive panels that have other sorts of creative activities, participatory activities. And the conference will culminate on Thursday in our high-level policy and industry day, where we know there's probably another 800 people planning to come, and where many of these threads can come to fruition and deliver some specific messages, I think, for the future. But in all this, we need you to play your part. Now, Lidia here, as you can see, comes from a long line of matriarchal princesses in northern Mozambique, and so she's going to tell you how to do this.
Thank you, Mark, for the responsibility. Standing here and just looking around and recognizing some faces and not others, it's just a wonder to see the extraordinary amount of knowledge, of experience, of wisdom, of commitment. It makes us dream. Yeah. Dream of a future that is better, of a world that is more just and is healthy. This conference had enormous support from many sponsors and the hard work of many organizers, all of whom we thank profoundly. Because of that support, and because you are here, it's our conviction that this conference can become a stepping stone to mobilize science for policy and policy for science, to achieve the Millennium Development Goals as well as to address global challenges, to respond to new environmental and societal demands that require us to reorient existing R&D efforts, as well as to develop new approaches which integrate both the national and the supranational dimensions, to understand and manage the complexity by integrating future systemic, non-linear thinking in decision-making, to increase coordination of innovative and sectorial policies in response to the complex challenges generated by global social and economic changes. All of this means doing things in a different way, in our science and in our decision-making processes, local and globally. In his book, The Magic of Metaphor, Nick Owen says that magic is the art of transformation and change. During these 4 days, let's unleash the magic of thinking together, having in mind a common concern, our planet. Let's share the vision that will move all us towards global sustainability. As co-chairs, Mark and I charge you, therefore, to use all your knowledge, to interact across communities, to speak to people you do not know, to unlearn, to learn again, to build solutions across sectors, to reinvent your networks, and to transform your power of influence. We charge you to make the most of this conference, since the essence of a fruitful change lies in the capacity to create and to increase the numbers of choices we have for action. Moments like these do not come to us often. For the sake of our children and their children, we must not waste the opportunity to transform our future. We must not waste the opportunity to act today in order to guarantee and gain the right to dream that future. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
So welcome to Planet Under Pressure, new knowledge towards solutions. Enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Great. Well done.
We're ready. We're ready, yes we are. We were hearing about Mark and Lydia's vision that science will provide new leadership in the years ahead, and we're going to be discussing that further in an interactive discussion before the morning is out. So start thinking about how you think science can produce new leadership. I want to hear from you.